Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together, we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, y'all. Time to 10X.
Hey everyone, welcome to NextGen on Elevate Springfield. I'm Ellie and I'm here with my dad, Robert.
Together, we're talking about what really matters to teens today. From school and skills to pressure, purpose, and possibilities, we'll share honest conversations, practical strategies teens can actually use, and a little dad-daughter debate.
This is about listening, learning, and growing. Together, let's elevate the next generation.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing.
And we're back. Welcome to another edition of NextGen. I'm Ellie and I'm here with my dad, Robert.
How you doing, Ellie?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Ready for another edition. What are we going to get into today?
Well, today I was thinking of answering the question of, does public school prepare you for the real world, real life, / talking about careers and life after high school and just in that realm?
Okay. I think we could probably get into how homeschool does that too. We've got that a little close to our hearts, right?
Well, yeah.
So, okay. Cool. Well, you know, I've got a lot of experience in education, so yeah, I'm ready to get into it. So, life after high school, a lot of times kids think they know what they want to do, or maybe they have no idea. Do you think school in general prepares you to make that decision?
School in general, as in public school and homeschool, or just like
anything.
school in general?
Do you think? How do you feel is the best way to figure out that type of stuff? And are you getting that?
I mean, as a homeschooler, I am, because, you know, you give me all of these experiences. So I'm definitely dabbling in a lot of different things. So I think in that way, homeschooling definitely takes the cake for like preparing you more, which this isn't new news to most people who we've talked to about this. Probably already know our thoughts on this, and most homeschoolers, but you know, you have way more flexibility. So it's like you can go out and do real world things. My thing with public school is that it prepares you for certain jobs if you want to sit in an office all day and do paperwork, or if you want to sit somewhere and shut up and not actually do anything. I mean, I sound like a snobby homeschooler right now. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I think in that aspect, I think homeschooling, you get more reach for all of the different things. You get to dabble in a lot of different things, which again, whoa, Ellie, that's crazy. That's not new news.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that it's different, but I just think the way that public school is set up, it's wasting your time. It is just a lot of, but I'm getting very much into why we homeschool and public school.
Yeah.
But
basic
answer is no. It prepares you for certain things. I don't think that public school does nothing, but I also think it doesn't do enough, because it's like it doesn't teach you how to do things that you're actually going to learn. Like, when have we ever looked back on the rhombuses? When have we ever? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I think that in school you should be learning about like how to do your taxes, how to change a tire, actual things, and also dabbling in a lot of different careers, because it's in school you're just sitting there. So
Well,
it's like,
yeah, and I think we haven't school in general, times have changed so quickly in terms of data right now is so cheap. Information is so cheap. You can look up anything and everything you want right now and find an answer in just a few seconds. When I was growing up, you did have to actually research and go to libraries and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now you don't have to do that. So a lot of the things that we used to learn in school, like these different facts and figures in different subjects, are not as important anymore.
Yeah.
What's really relevant now is
If you really need to know it, it's easily accessible.
yeah,
If
so easy.
If you're doing
so
something
easily
specific,
accessible now.
like if you're doing a specific career or a specific job, you're like, oh, I want to learn all of this math stuff. Like, okay, you go do that. But I don't think that those things should be qualified for you to learn all that stuff in school that you're like never going to use again.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's like you don't know what career you're going to go into. So it's just, it doesn't make sense that we learn the basis for a lot of pretty, I don't know what the word is for. I don't want to say like extreme, but like all the math that we learn. I sound like a teenager that hates math. I am. You're
You
correct.
kinda are.
No, I'm not kinda. I am. But it's just that I sound like a teenager making excuses because I don't want to do math, which is I don't like doing math. But the point is that it's just you learn too much of certain things and nothing about anything else. So I don't think it's actually preparing you for the world because you're learning all these things. And then, like when you get your first job, school doesn't prepare you for that at all. So you have to do a lot of your firsts, if that makes sense. As you're getting older, it's like, okay, my job. Oh, I got to get a car and all that. But school doesn't teach you any of that. So, like, you're really anxious. It's just like a lot. It's a lot of new stuff. But if school actually would teach some of these things, it'd be more of like oh, yeah, that's that kind of thing. Like, I'll get to that eventually. Does that make sense at all?
No, it does. It does. Like I said, a lot of the things that we still teach now could be easily looked up and are not necessarily relevant in a lot of different careers. Now, I mean, there is something to be said for a overall general education,
Yeah.
having all that, but anymore, all that stuff is so easily found that we're much better off if we give students opportunities and experiences and how that stuff works in the real world rather than just memorizing facts and figures, which really means next to nothing anymore. Even with homeschooling, to get you a diploma here in Illinois, you still have to have those same requirements. You still have to have those math classes and those English classes. So we still have to put in all that and you still have to do all that, but it's in a different way. But it's just, I think at some point we're going to need to significantly change the way we educate our children because they're not going to be prepared if we don't.
Yeah. And like, I understand why some of that is needed, obviously. Like, obviously, not all of it is just a big chunk of like random stuff that you don't need to know. But I understand like pre-algebra, algebra. I haven't started algebra 2 yet, but I'm on algebra 1 and I don't really, I kind of see why I need to know it. But then again, I'm like, when will I ever use this?
Yeah. There's some of that stuff you'll never use again unless you do certain jobs. And if you do those certain jobs, you're going to use it a lot, but only if you have those certain jobs.
And like, that's my thing. I feel like we should just be doing basis knowledge, which is what we think we have now, but I feel like we really don't. I feel like we need to just get an entire new thing for just base knowledge of everything, of things that we need to know and things like that. Maybe a couple extra things here and there. But you should really only be learning in these things if you're majoring in them or if you're wanting to do that. Because it's like, it doesn't make sense if you're training every single person on one specific thing when you're like not going to use it.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, as you know, I've been in career and tech ed for a long time, training people in a number of different industries. And that stuff is all very relevant because it can lead to a career in that particular industry. But there's a lot of what we do in education that could be significantly scaled back.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the typical school day, quite frankly, for a lot of students has a lot of fluff that could be trimmed, or we could be putting more meaningful things into the day. And that's what's great about homeschool. We can put some of those meaningful things into the day, like the job shadowing, like the touring facilities, like talking to people, like getting a job, having all these things to help you hopefully figure out what you might want to do.
Yeah. And with homeschooling, it's like homeschooling is just as bad with regular schooling. I mean, it depends on what your curriculum is, but with the actual schooling portion, not like the extra stuff that you like have me do and things like
Yeah.
that, the things that we put in there because we are homeschooling, but the actual work portion of homeschooling, it's just as bad as public school.
Yeah, yeah, it's very similar
Yeah,
because
it's
you
like
still
the
have to
same
do the same
thing.
stuff to get your diploma.
Like, I'm not
so.
saying the homeschool's better, like, all around, because it's literally the same thing, but it's better to homeschool because your time, you get everything done that you need to do in, like, a significant shorter amount of time, then you have so much more time for other things. You just have to utilize that time, too. You have to, like, go out and job shadow, go out and just do stuff, things like that. But it's like, I'm not a homeschool purist, if that's what you wanna call it. Like, "Oh,
Right.
yeah, homeschool's, like, awesome." Like, yes, it is.
Yeah, it's great for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great for me, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be great for you. But for public school, it's just public school takes up so much of your time. And ooh, okay, I gotta go on a rant for a second. With public school, we got the work portion, right? And then we also got the social portion and we got the sports portion. Because in public school, they expect you to be there for like 6 hours. Is it 8 hours now?
That's about 7 hours.
Like 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, about like 6, 7 hours. Right in there.
Because when I was in school, it was like 6 hours. And then I hear people being like, it's 8-hour days. And I'm like, what? Like, since when?
6, 7 is good.
But they're expecting you to be there
approximation.
for like 6, 7 hours. And then they give you loads of homework that'll take like 2 hours when you get home. They also want you to be like all put together for school and everything. They want you to socialize and go in clubs. So you're going to be there for like 6, 7 hours doing the school portion, like the work portion. And then they're like, oh, go and get in clubs and also do sports and also do all the extracurriculars in school. And that's going to take up like 8, 9 hours of your day. So I don't understand the format because it takes up so much of your time. And then when you finally get home, you have to do loads and loads of homework. And if you don't do it, you're going to fail.
Right.
The actual work portion of homeschooling and public schooling is literally the same thing, but homeschooling gives you so much more of an opportunity to go and do other things when public school just like is holding you by the throat and they're like, you can't go.
I think it'd be better if it was somewhere between like 4 and 1 hours of homework.
4 or 1.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Would that be better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. I would think so.
Yeah, maybe. If you know, you know.
Right. Right. I don't know, but I've just heard it. You'll have to tell me. I know the saying, but I really don't know.
We're going to have an
I don't
entire
know the
podcast
saying.
episode on just slang.
I think we could do that because I know a lot of the slang, but I don't always know what it means. So
Yeah.
I sometimes use it correctly and I sometimes don't. And, sometimes I just quite frankly get lucky and use it correctly. But
Yeah.
other ones I actually know. That'd be a fun one to do. Kind of the slang you could.
We are so elevating the next generation with our brain rot words, you
That
guys.
I think that would be elevating Springfield if you
Yes, I
quizzed
think
me
so, too.
on brain rot that is popular right now.
Yes.
That'd be fun. See if I know what any of it is, or at least
Exactly.
if I can define it. I'd
Yes.
say I probably know a lot of it, but I couldn't
Yes.
define most of it. Is probably where it lands. But
Stay tuned.
yeah, I think we'll do that one here in a few weeks, maybe just for fun.
Yeah. Extra one.
Right. I mean, you've done a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of job shadowing. You've done a lot of touring of different businesses. You've talked a lot with people that I work with in terms of all the businesses that I work with. You've talked to some of those folks. So do you have any idea what you're thinking of?
Nope.
No? And that's
Nope.
fine. Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. I think we sometimes expect kids to know what they want to do far too early. I know when I was a sophomore, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I did multiple things before I figured out exactly what I wanted to do. Right. And those things change. Unfortunately, we expect our kids to know really early what they want to do. And then they start getting on this path. But I tell students all the time that I firmly believe that you don't really know what you want to do until you try things out. So you could say you want to be a dentist. You could say you want to be a podcast host. You could say you want to be an athlete. You could say you want to be a doctor, whatever. But until you start doing some things to actually see what that is all about, you really don't know. You really have no clue until you start doing it. Because I've done some things in my career where I thought I would like it up front. And then guess what? I didn't. So I changed my mind and I did something else.
And then you're just wasting your time because you're resting all your hopes and dreams in one thing. Where it's like, I understand being interested in something, but you can't just expect that that's how it's going to be. And you're not willing to explore anything else. Like the amount of times I have been like, oh, hey, like when I come to this or whatever. And they're like, oh no, I already know what I want to do. And I'm
Sure.
like, do you actually though? You're like 14.
Yeah,
Like, be
most
so for real.
most people do not. They think they might know. They think they have an idea, but
They're just very dead set on it, and they're like, "No, I'm not gonna try anything else." Like, it's okay having an idea and pursuing it,
yeah, and that's great.
but
That's
it's a
great.
difference if you're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing this, so I don't need any other things at all. I don't need anything else." And I'm like, "Why?" You probably aren't, and you're just gonna waste your time by just solely focusing on one thing and not allowing anything else to, like, come in.
Yeah, and I encourage teenagers all the time to try as many things as you can. Take advantage of opportunities. Say yes to stuff. Try stuff out. I mean, maybe you'll love it, maybe you'll hate it, but at least you
At least you know.
I mean, when
I've hated most of the things we've done. I don't even think there's one thing that I was like, "Oh, yeah, that was so fun for me." Like, usually I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that was okay." Or, "Yeah, they loved that. I hated it." But,
Right.
you know, that's okay.
That's fine. At least you know. At one point when I was your age, I thought I might want to be a physical therapist. I never did that. Never, ever even pursued it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things change. People have ideas, but you have to actually try some stuff out.
And I think there's such a big pressure, too, that's like, you need to know what you want to do. And I'm like, I'm a minor.
You
I'm
feel
like
that pressure?
15. Yes.
Yeah.
I do, but I'm glad I know that it's like, it's whatever. And I also just feel like life is going to take you where it's going to take you. I rest easy in knowing that, like, it's God's plan. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen is going to happen. You're not going to add another day to your life by worrying. You're not going to, you don't know. So just do what you need to do and just don't, like, stress about it so much. Pursue things and, like, an effort to do things, but you don't have to be so stressed out about it, especially when you're not even, like, 18 yet. And I have so many friends that are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out because I don't know what to do." And I'm like, how many times do I need to tell you, like, you don't have to be stressed out. It's fine. Like, chill
You don't
out.
have to be.
Make sure you're thinking about it, but you do not have to be stressed out. And you don't have to be like, "Oh, I need to do this. I need to have everything figured out by this time." Like, calm
Well,
down.
and I think a lot of times is sometimes kids feel pressure about the college thing. Like they have to figure out what they want to do because they're being pressured to go to college. Like they
Oh,
have to
yeah.
go to college. So I think that
Not to mention anybody can go to college, right?
yeah, anybody can. But
Any age. So, I mean, you could go anytime. If you don't know
yeah.
what you're going to do and you just wait and wait and wait for years, then you're like, "Oh, actually, I might want to go to college for this." You can go at any time. Like, there's not an
Yeah,
age
no,
restriction
no.
on college being like, "Well, you can't go if you're over 20." So,
No, older adults all go to college a lot.
Yeah.
Either they never went and they wanted to try something out now, or they're doing a career change. But I think teenagers sometimes tend to feel that pressure if maybe parents are saying, "Hey, you're going to college. You just got to figure out what you want to do." That's not the right goal. I always tell kids, college is not the goal, right? Finding the career, finding the passion, finding the purpose, that's the goal. And if you need college to get to that, then go crush it, get it, have at it. But if it doesn't, that's fine too. There's
Yeah.
plenty of stuff out there where you don't have to go to college for. So far too often people put college as the I'm doing this, as the goal, as the hey, I have to do this, rather than hey, I want to go become blank. To do that, I need to go to 4 years of college, or I need to go to 2 years of college, or I don't need any college. I can do that by going to get trained for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But too many times they put, I guess you could say cart before the horse, but college before figuring out what they want to do. It can be said going to college can broaden your horizons and, again, give you that general knowledge, but that is a very expensive way to broaden your horizons. So figure out a plan before you head there and make sure you've tried that thing out before you go there and spend $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a year on figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
Do that before you go.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And I see, in my brain, I see it as like what it should be doing, right? Is that there's the goal over here, and then the bump to get to the goal is the college. But it's usually vice versa. It's the bump to get. The goal is the bump, and then college is over there. Like,
It seems like a lot of times the goal is, I got to get into a good college. So I got to do all these things to get into college.
Like, I got to find the goal before.
Yeah. I mean,
before I
that's
go to
great.
college,
That's great. You can have the college, but that's not the overall goal. That's a intermediary goal to get you to your bigger goal of being a doctor or being.
Because like, what if you get the degree, but then it's like, oh, like I finished college, now I have this degree of something that I'm not actually passionate about.
And unfortunately, that happens
it can
a lot.
help you to an extent, but it's like if you're not actually passionate about the degree you got, then it's just kind of there.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. I know a lot of people that are not doing anything remotely near what they went to school for. There's a lot of people out there that could have gotten the same job that they have now without the college degree that they got. So they probably had a phenomenal experience. And I've got my master's degree plus, so it's not like I'm dissing college here in any way, but I'm trying to get the point across to younger folks that it doesn't have to be that stressful. It doesn't have to be that's the goal. Figure out what you want to do, and then figure out if college fits into that or if some other thing fits into that, because there might be another training path that is more applicable to doing that than going to college.
Like, college is great. If that works for you, that's awesome. If you want to go to college, that's great. But just don't make that stress you out so much. Because I swear, when all of my friends are so stressed out about, I'm like, just chill out. Just calm down. It's fine. I'm very like chill in knowing that it's like what's going to happen is going to happen. Like what's God's plan is going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So, I mean, there's obviously I still have anxiety and I still worry about things. Everybody does. But that's one of the things where I'm like, okay, let's pause, take a rest. Like we both, like Jesus loves us. It's fine. Just calm down. Like what happens will happen. And we're going to get to the point. That's the point eventually.
I'd say strive towards your purpose. Find your purpose, and that'll lead you to your career and whether you need to go to college. So your purpose is difficult to find as well, quite frankly. It takes a while to figure out exactly what you're supposed to be doing or what you really fit in with. A couple things that you do to hopefully help find your purpose. You're involved in the church. You do that a lot. You do a lot of things with me. What we're doing right here, this is one way for you to figure out, hey, is this something I might want to do, right?
Yeah,
Maybe I want to do something like this.
This kind of like goes out there a little bit, but I also feel like purpose and worth, people always like it's equal to, but it's not. I also have never really understood what's my purpose. I understand it feeling like, okay, like what's my purpose here? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? But I feel like people equate purpose with worth so much that it's like what you're doing isn't what you're worth. If you go to college, that's not what you're worth. Like your worth is found in God. You shouldn't equate those two things. I don't really think about purpose much. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing, like whatever. I feel like purpose also comes from that you need to have, this may or may not make sense, but it's kind of like you need to have a label like on your forehead. This is my purpose. I'm supposed to be doing this. I just don't see it that way. You do multiple things. I don't think your purpose is solely one thing, or like your purpose is just a label across your head. Like, oh yeah, I'm this. It's so many different things make up your own being. And it's just to be like, oh my gosh, to be like, what's my purpose is just kind of like, it deteriorates so much from yourself and just wraps it up in this one thing when there's just so much else there.
Well, and I understand that. And when I look at it more holistically. When I think of purpose, I think of what's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing?
So like a reason for
your reason for it, or who are you doing it for, right? So who are you impacting by what you're doing? When I think of purpose and I think of why, hey, why do I have this podcast? What's my purpose of this podcast, right? Or what's my purpose behind it? How am I wanting to impact me, my family, my community, the businesses that I serve, and all that stuff? So when I'm thinking of purpose, I'm thinking of what's my why and how am I impacting others through that why?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I agree with that. Yeah. I think I just don't think of purpose as a why, but if I am thinking of purpose as a why, I do 100% agree with that. I just think of it as like purpose equating to worth. And then I'm like, whoa.
Because I really do. I think of it as impacting others. So why do I press so hard? Because I want to make an impact on my family. I want to make sure I'm providing for my family, or I want to make sure that I am doing everything I can to grow my community, right? This is the Elevate Springfield podcast, right? So we're trying to elevate what we have going on here, elevate people's personal and professional lives so we can ultimately elevate the community. That's the why of the podcast. We're wanting to elevate what we have going on, elevate everybody here in Springfield, because when we do that, we grow together. And then on the business side, same thing. So why am I doing that? Because I want to help businesses grow. I want to help people grow. My overall why is developing people, developing business, developing community, and providing for family, right?
Exactly.
Clocking it. There you go. Oh, there we go.
Exactly.
So, and the hard part for teenagers a lot is they're unsure of that why. I didn't find my true why until later on. And most people don't find their why until they're later on. I would say it's pretty rare for somebody your age, 15 years old, to say, "Oh, I already know my why. I've already got it. I've
Yeah,
already got it
yeah.
down." That would not be the norm. That would be the outlier.
On. Like, to bring it back to the school topic, just school in general, like, do you think that our education system is broken by any means? Do you think it's doing okay? Like, what are your
Well, I think it needs to be revamped. There's a lot of great stuff out there. I'm a big proponent of career and tech ed. I think those type of programs really do phenomenal things for students because they, one, allow people to explore while they're still in school before they go and, like we talked earlier, spend a bunch of money on college to figure that out. It gives them the opportunity right now to, hey, see if that's something they want to do. Maybe they love it, maybe they hate it, just like we talked about. So those things are great, and I think we need to have more of that
Yes.
and less of everybody just sitting in rows in a classroom, learning, memorizing facts and figures that we can look up easily.
Or those timed tests when I was like in first grade.
Oh, you love
Those timed math tests. Those things were scary. Like, I'm pretty sure she got down to like 1 minute at one point, or like maybe like 30 seconds. It was horrible. What's the point of that?
Like, they still do that. We're gonna have to find that out because
We
that would have been like
will.
9
We
years
really
ago for you
will.
now.
But yeah, I see the career and tech ed things just as an extension. I don't necessarily see it as school. I don't see it as Department of Education or anything like that. I see it as extended things. So I'm not really thinking of that when I'm thinking of school. But I definitely think our education system is broken. I know Trump was trying to abolish the Department of Education.
Yeah, and
but
I mean, and part
so,
part of that, I
anyways,
mean, part of the political side of that is just in general, folks don't like complete oversight over education, and people think it should be a state thing rather than a federal thing. So when Trump said he wants to abolish the Department of Education, that's the federal side. So you'd still have the state side that would handle education here in Illinois, and just like it would for any other state. Ideas more local decisions.
yeah, I don't even know how I feel about that though, because if like, what does that even mean? Like, are you just going to turn every school into a right wing propaganda now? Like, it's two left wings, let's turn it into a right wing now.
No,
Like,
it just means that if there was no federal Department of Education, it just means that there wouldn't be any oversight from the federal government. It means that each state would make up their own rules for education, which they do to a certain degree, but there are some federal things that they have to abide by
yeah,
as well. So it would make for a bigger variety of probably education laws, so that you might see a little more, some states a little more left leaning, some states a little more right leaning, which they're already that way to a degree, but you might see it like Biden a little bit more.
Yeah,
to where
that makes sense.
You
That
know what I
makes
mean? So get a little more on both sides.
One thing that personally annoys me, like, about college, to bring it back to college, is that I've heard people say that, oh, college is too woke, it's too left wing. And they're like, oh, I heard this college isn't woke or left wing. And I'm like, okay, so it's right wing. It's so annoying to me when people are like, okay, well, it's just so woke. And then the ideal college that they want is a Christian, Republican, conservative, MAGA college. And I'm like, I'm just not for us indoctrinating everybody either. Like, I will lovingly try to spread the word of God, but I will not be like, yeah, there should be a ton of right-wing colleges, or yeah, you should be teaching the Bible in schools or something like that. You're going to come to God how you're going to. That's just going to create even more division. It's just, it's so anyways, yeah, but
We'll get into that in another
that's
episode.
politics, but it's also about college because of the different political climates of colleges and how that makes so many people mad, how it's like, oh, colleges are so woke, and
I think that's just probably a talk about how people only want their point of view in everything that they do, whether they're left or right. People tend to like, well, now I want everything that I'm a part of to only have this point of view, and everything I'm a part of to not have that point of view. So I think that's just another commentary on that.
yeah,
really.
and I think it's different too with schooling. I don't even know how to fix that, like how to get everybody happy, because you never will get everybody happy, but it's annoying seeing both of them just like combat each other, and I'm like, what are we even doing at this point?
That's why I don't watch politics ever. You know that.
I know, I'm only talking about this right now because it does go hand in hand with the school side of it, hopefully, but I don't know. I'm just like, this is dumb.
You know?
Those are very stupid.
So in your friend group, do they feel like they know what they want to do for
Yes.
life after high school?
Yes.
Most of
Or
them do?
so there's two types of friends I have. There is the friends who refuse to try out anything else because they are like, I know what I'm going to do. Or there is the other friends that I have who are like, I have no clue and I'm stressed out and I'm like, what do I do? I need to figure this out in a few months. So yeah, those are the two I have, and I'm trying to like go to each of them being like, it's fine, just calm down. It's all right. Or it's like, okay, well maybe you could try something else. Maybe you could try this. Like there's no harm in that.
So what are some of the other things you're doing now to help try to figure some of that stuff out? Some opportunities you're taking advantage of?
Well, I just got a job, so there's that. That's something that's helping me get out there and learn things and learn customer service and just getting out in the world and learning different skills and learning different things.
Yeah, definitely. And then we got some stuff coming up with a new group we're expanding. We're going to go to different businesses and have some more fun there, see what we can find, see what you love, see what you hate, the whole thing, right?
Okay, so just give me a couple takeaways from this. Just what should teens do to avoid the stress, the pressure? What should they do to get out in the world or just manage all that?
Well, number one, like you said, you don't know what you want to do yet. That'd be my first thing. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know what you want to do and have, quite frankly, no clue. We have time for that. We have time to figure those things out. Number two, even if you think you know what you want to do, take advantage of opportunities that are available to you, whether that be at school, whether that be in your community. That might be some organizations that are out there. That could be businesses that are out there. Reach out to folks that are doing the thing that you think you might want to do and say, hey, can I job shadow with you? Can I spend a day with you just learning about what you do and see if that's something I would want to do? A lot of times people are going to be open to that. They love hearing it from when a teenager will say, hey, I'd really like to try what you're doing. Could I spend a day with you? A lot of times they're going to allow you to do that. So take advantage of opportunities like that. Don't stress. And then third one, make sure you come up with that goal, figure out that goal, then come up with a plan to get there. Don't just jump out and say, hey, I've got to go to college, or I don't have to go to college, whichever one, because there's both sides. Some people say, no, I'm definitely go to college with no idea what they want to learn or with no idea what they want to be. And then there's the other side that says, no, there's no way I'm going to college, when they really don't know what they want to do and don't want to know what they need either. So figure out what you want to do, or at least figure out what you think you want to do. Come up with some ways to try that out, and then come up with a complete plan on how to become that, whether that's going to college for a year, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 12 years, whatever, or zero. Yeah, maybe somewhere between 6 and 7 years.
Yeah, 6, 7 years.
That's where a lot of those land, right? So any of that. Or maybe it includes zero college and you just got to go to a training. Now, you're going to have to get trained in something. You got to learn something or teach yourself. But you got to figure out, you got to have a skill. You can't just graduate high school and just expect that you're going to make a bunch of money just because you're you, right? You have to.
I can't?
No.
But I'm awesome, though.
Well, I mean, who knows? You're only 15.
Awesome.
You're only 15 right now. So by the time you graduate, you're going to have like 3 years of podcast under your belt. You might be a star by then.
I'm not making any money off of these, so.
Well, we'll figure that out.
I'm not getting any of the income, so.
We can figure that out. Maybe one day. But that would be what I would recommend to teenagers out there. And don't stress about it.
Yeah.
There's not that much pressure. Figure it out. There's so many different ways to make money out there. There's so many different things you can do. Don't feel like you have to have everything figured out by the time you graduate. You just don't. Talk to adults out there. Most of them are not doing what they thought they would be doing when they're in high school. They're not. The vast majority of them are not. So ask your parents if you're out there, if you're talking to them, ask them. Ask anybody else that's in your sphere. Say, hey, your job right now, think back to high school. When you were a sophomore or a junior, did you say, hey, I wanted to be that? Most of the time it's going to be no. Sometimes it'll be yes, but most of the time it's going to be no, I really didn't. So don't stress.
Well, thank you for listening to us yap this long. Glad you made it all the way here. And we'll be back after the break.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business,
David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So, hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!